PSG enters the upcoming season in a rather unusual role. There is no bustle surrounding the club. Mbappe stayed, a brand new non-media coach took the job, and the transfer policy is carried out as if it's not Paris Saint-Germain we're talking about. No more star players invited. What's going on? Is Paris undergoing changes? Seems like that's the case. This season, the team, which the football world has accepted as a golden pool for stellar footballers, will claim the title of the most organized team, in which football will always be put on the top. Smash the video with a like, and let's get started. In order to raise the level of discipline within the roster, the new coach of PSG, GALTIER, kick-started his spell with new rules. Dwelling on the team's behavior, for that matter, he introduced 3 new rules. Los Campos has given his full backing to do when is needed to drive that home. Here are those rules, according to Marca. Number 1. PSG's players are expected to arrive for training every morning between 8:30 and 8:45. If players are late and without reason, they will be denied entry and sent home. Number 2. At breakfast and lunch, players will not be allowed to use their mobile phones. GALTIER wants to create more unity in the group, and he sees this as a way of delivering that. 3. Now PSG players will eat their meals together at the Camp de Loge, where they are based. Previously, cliques have been seen during meal times, so the players often split into groups, creating conflicts in the star squad. So far, the restrictions didn't receive a negative response from performers at all. The social media platforms make it more clear from the team's training session, where they play tags as a warm-up. All the guys involved are totally enjoying the exercise. Even MESSI can't stop smiling, even though he's losing in a children's game. This year's PSG preseason activity is barely mentioned in transfer news. At some point, the Parisians were targeting Robert Lewandowski and Aurélien Tchouameni, but was not much effort. Other famous names associated with the French were popping up only at the level of rumors, most often ungrounded. PSG had wised up and began to gradually instill a balanced transfer policy. It's not just about financial fair play, it's just that Paris bosses realized that one doesn't need to buy all that glitters. Newly minted head coach GALTIER is completely satisfied with the current squad, so he doesn't require to recruit as many stars as possible. Perhaps it is for the best that the team was not led by Zinedine Zidane, otherwise everyone could witness another bulk purchase. On July 1st, PSG confirmed the transfer of their first newbie, midfielder Vitinha from Porto. The 22-year-old Portuguese signed a contract until the summer of 2027. The Parisians laid out 40 million euros for the deal. Last season, the footballer made 47 appearances for Porto in all competitions, netting 4 goals and delivering 2 assists. Maybe PSG did overpay a little for his services, but not that much. 40 million is quite an adequate price for a promising starlet. Next, on July 16, PSG announced the signing of Reims top scorer Hugo Ekitike. The striker joined the Parisians on a loan basis. The agreement is calculated for 1 year and includes the possibility of buying the youngster out further on. Last season, Ekitike scored 10 goals in Ligue 1 in 24 caps. Moreover, on July 26, PSG agreed on the move of France defender from RB Leipzig, Nordi Mukele. The deal with the 24-year-old performer is valid until June 30, 2027. The transfer fee will be slightly more than 10 million euros. Last season, Mukele had 28 appearances in the Bundesliga, making 3 assists. The defensive depth just got bolstered, an expensive transfer in terms of quality. The arrival of 24-year-old Portuguese midfielder Renato Sanchez to the Red and Blues camp in the near future should also be mentioned. Renato agreed on a contract with a salary of 5 million euros per year. Now it remains to talk with Lille. The player's agent is already in the process of doing that. PSG will probably pay 20-30 million for his departure. yet another PSG's newcomer can be Nice midfielder Kefren Thuram. Christophe Galtier is well acquainted with him for working together in the Eagles. Believe it or not, the list ends right here. Even at the level of rumors, PSG are not credited with interest in big names. On the contrary, the Red and Blues ignore such requests. Cristiano Ronaldo and Antoine Griezmann were offered to PSG by their respective agents, and these options were immediately rejected. The Parisians have decided not to put cash to waste, despite them previously hunting for stars of various caliber. Milan Skriniar will remain at Inter. According to L'Equipe, PSG have refused to pay 70 million euros for the Slovak, demanded by the Italian side. Inter's price tag is indeed exaggerated, bearing in mind the player's contract expiration in the summer of 2023. Sassuolo forward Gianluca Scamacca has joined West Ham for 43 million euros with add-ons. PSG were also reportedly eyeing the 23-year-old footballer, who scored 16 goals in 36 Serie A fixtures. The French side didn't want to give more than 30 million euros for the Italian, so the Hammers calmly sold him to West Ham United instead. To give up the race for a player to a European mid-table team was a completely strange action from a club of such magnitude. Among other candidates, PSG were looking for Bayern's marksman Robert Lewandowski, but again at arm's length. However, the Pole wanted to represent Barcelona, so the Parisians didn't consider him an option much. The same goes for the defensive midfielder of Monaco, Aurélien Tchouameni, who ended up in Real. PSG have increased the player's value by the very fact of their interest, but were not competing for his signing at any price. Germany saw himself only at Real Madrid, who paid 80 million for his transfer. To our mind, the management behaved correctly in both cases. Using the power of money for bringing those who don't have a burning desire to be involved in your plans turns out to be a wrong approach. Otherwise, you'll have to think about how to get rid of them safely later on. PSG have clearly learned some lessons from their previous mistakes. PSG have added new signings to an already formidable squad, making the current roster so strong that manager Christopher Galtier could have split it into two completely different world-class starting lineups for the upcoming campaign. The main man must be in the first one. All-time proven guys are there. Lineup number 2 may not look that strong in terms of big names, but the players' quality will certainly allow them to fight for Ligue 1 title. The French media highlight two options. The first is a hybrid between 4-4-2 and 4-3-3. It's the best pick for Galtier himself. This way he'll maintain the foundations for his favorite positional defense. Only the left winger without the ball roll sounds a bit confusing. Neither Neymar nor Mbappe are likely to withstand compactness and make a high-quality defensive contribution to the team's performance. The logical development of events may have the following structure. Either Galtier switches to 4-3-3, and while having no possession, the 7 must turn to compact defense, and the attacking trio just waits for the ball to return. Or Neymar or Mbappe will have to steadily work hard in all areas. The second scenario dwells on 3-5-2. According to Foot Mercato, Luis Campos was given the task of fitting the squad under this scheme. This option's potential must be obvious. At first, PSG can make full use of their entire star trio of center-backs, Sergio Ramos, Marquinhos and Kimpembe. If Skriniar is not acquired for an adequate sum, then Campos will find a decent alternative for relatively little price. Maybe someone gets re-qualified from among the central midfielders, or whom there are too many in the club. Number 2. Mendes and Hakimi are still there as wingbacks. It's more convenient for them to cover the entire flanks. Ashraf shone in such role in both Dortmund and Inter, while Nuno was noticeable in Sporting. 3. Many options are available in the midfield area. Verratti, Guy, Paredes, Danilo, Herrera, Vitinha, Wijnaldum and probably Sanchez. 4th, the place under the attacking line should be given to Lionel Messi. The preseason tour games illustrate that perfectly. The Argentinian feels more comfortable in this position than on the right flank of the offense, where he ended up last season. Leo can even replace Neymar or Verratti in this regard. Number 5. As for the attack itself, the French coach will rely on Mbappe and Neymar Jr., who will have Ekitike and Icardi as substitutes. The three defenders formation should perfectly hide the weak defensive ability of the MESSI Mbappe Neymar trio, and therefore has every chance to be the first pick in the 2022-23 season. In any case, it will be very intriguing to watch PSG in action, and maybe, just maybe, all the Parisians had to do was just to rebuild the team and the club's approach itself. Nevertheless, their lineup looks unbelievable on paper. Their attacking trio alone is worth all the effort. Once you're at PSG, you always have an obligation to achieve results. I'm very ambitious and, with great humility, I came to Paris to win. There are 3 national titles and the Champions League. We have to win them. You have to break records, and with modesty, I'll be honest. I came to Paris to win everything. Christophe Galtier revealed his ambitions at PSG. Friends, so what do you think of it? Can PSG with Christophe Galtier at the wheel achieve their main goal, which is a long-awaited victory in the Champions League? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Folks, give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and of course subscribe so you won't miss the latest videos. The Football Club was with you, a channel which deals exclusively with high-quality football journalism. Take care and see you soon.